For about the past month, I have been obsessed with balls. I think I should clarify first, not the balls that you, like, do sex with. I mean, like, the other kind of balls. You know, the ones that are on that island that just sort of float in the trees. The ones that you can sleep in. Do you know what I'm talking about? No? Okay, sweet. They're all I've been thinking about. Why? Well, first of all, they're awesome. They look like something out of a solar punk eco-utopian Ghibli movie. And second of all, you'd probably look at these and go, man, this must have taken a team of like 9 people to make. And you'd be wrong. You're stupid. They were all made by one dude, just some guy named Tom. I have seen a lot of videos of Tom, and while we're on the topic of Tom, I should probably say that I love Tom. So I thought I'd book a night in one of these hotels, and while I'm there, I want to do 3 things. 1, talk to Tom and pick his brain about how he made these orbs. I have to know what kind of balls it takes to make one of these balls. 2, experience what it's like to actually spend a night in one of these balls, because duh. And 3, I want to make Tom a bunch of gifts because I think that he's really sweet, and I think that there should be some people who stay at his hotel that should be sweet back to him. To pull this off, I'm bringing my musician, painter, actor friend Beck along with me, mostly because I don't have to pay him, but also he's like my friend or something. Now remember when I said that these balls are on an island? Yeah, that means that we need to take a boat to get there. So Beck and I packed up our things and we got ready to hit the water.
Beck, do something cool for the travel edit. I'm about to do something litty, something. Welcome to Nanaimo. We're gonna be there in about 30 minutes. Beck, how do you feel?
My ass hurts.
I was more so asking, like, are you excited for the sphere?
Yes, I'm excited for balls. My theory, I personally think, you know how the orbs are in the trees? I think there's a bunker there because our orb looks like a spaceship.
Oh, can I say something? Actually, that's really interesting because I thought that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Our last bus dropped us off and we had something like a 40-minute walk before finally making it to the Free Spirit Spheres.
Office upstairs, please hit the gong and ring the bell for service. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
I didn't want to shove a camera in the face of a 73-year-old man right upon meeting him. You know, kind of weirdo behavior. I wanted to make sure that he was okay with it first. So instead of footage of us meeting, this is a screenshot that I took of them that looks like a Bigfoot sighting. Tom gave us a very warm welcome to the property before introducing us to his partner, Rosie. And Rosie was able to explain to us what that whole thing about the gong was about.
If you're needing us for anything, just hit the gong and press the bell. That's our means of communication. The gong is just something that's really nice to hear around the property.
Okay, cool. So I've been here for what, like 5 minutes, and already I'm finding out that their preferred method of communication is a Ming Dynasty dinner bell. That's fucking awesome. Tom met me at a very Chinese time in my life. Tom then led us around the property and introduced us to some of our amenities. He showed us the kitchen, he showed us the bathroom, he showed us the nature, he didn't build this, these are trees, and finally, he led us to our sphere. Now might be a good time to mention that Beck and I were up till like 4 a.m. last night, so we got something like 3 hours of sleep. Beck was awake because he was busy prepping and packing for the next day, and I was awake because I'm a neurotic mess. More specifically, I had these like blister remnants from my last video, and so I was really worried about them flaring up again. So instead of sleeping, I went on a 3-hour doom scroll trying to figure out if I needed antibiotics or if I was gonna get infected or what if it's cancer? Now, if you were me, you would probably be smarter about this and you would do something like, I don't know, book a doctor's appointment. See, now that is the beauty of today's sponsor, ZocDoc. ZocDoc is a completely free website where you can search and compare real, actual, high-quality doctors. You can filter by coverage, location, or even by appointment time. It is fast, it is effortless, you don't need to mess with any calls or guesswork or stupid elevator hold music. Now, the best part of all this to me is that you can see real reviews from patients and you can actually see your doctor's profiles as well. That means that you can actually have a sense of what you're walking into. This is great for me because I'm just kind of scared of people in general, let alone someone who might be examining my feet. When you actually want to make an appointment, you just pick the time that works best for you and you book instantly. Appointments usually happen between 24 and 72 hours, but sometimes you can actually book on the same day. Also, ZocDoc isn't just for one type of care. They have over 100,000 providers in almost every specialty. From mental health to dental health to eye care to skin care, you name it. Stop leaving your health on the back burner. Your health matters, like a lot. It's sort of what keeps you alive. So make sure to go to ZocDoc.com/kodekai, also linked in the description, to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. Thanks again to ZocDoc for sponsoring today's video. Now about the sphere, it is a completely different feeling stepping inside of it knowing the person who made it is standing right in front of you, which is why I made this noise when I first walked in.
Oh my.
Am I a fucking cartoon character? Anyway, Tom gave us a tour of the sphere, and this thing is crazy. There was a complimentary basket of food with yogurt parfaits. He showed us the headlamps for when it gets dark at night, along with an entire cabinet just for coffee. There was a fan, a sink, garbage cans, curtains, extra bedding. And now you might be saying, oh, Ko, that's cool and all, but where's the bed? Fuck you, it's in the roof.
Now they push the go button, and if you let go, it stops. If you hold that go button all the way till it gets to the bottom, it'll shut itself off.
Tom finished showing us around, so now was a better time than ever to sit down and just pick his brain on what, how, why balls.
How do you go about learning to build something like this?
Well, you have to learn how to build things in general first. I was really lucky. My dad had 3 different tickets. He was a millwright and a machinist and a heavy-duty mechanic. I got to make things, had to make things from very early.
This is something of a labor of love for you, would you say, or?
Oh yeah, for sure. And I think the best ideas are those that just come to you like that too. You know?
Right.
Oh, it's definitely all about, you know, living in harmony with nature, for one thing. It's nature's packaging unit, you know. When nature wants to safeguard something like seed genetic information, you know, seeds are usually somewhat spherical. It might be oblong or,
Fruit
you
or
know.
nut or...
Exactly. You look at the seed in an avocado, you know. You want to protect the material inside, you make it spherical.
And that would be us.
It can take a whack,
We are
you
the
know.
avocado seed.
And not only that, but then you hang it from the spider's web of rope. I can take you guys into the shop and show you.
The shop? I mean, yeah, sure, whatever. That's cool. You can do that. Tom led the way, and after a bit of walking through the woods, what the fuck is that? What is that for? Did you make that?
So it's like a big hamster ball.
Okay, cool. So about Tom, he's like Iron Man, but for flying balls. You might say that's an overstatement, but as he talked to us, we found out that it takes him literally like 3 years to build one of these things. And it makes a lot of sense. Like, Tom is literally suspending real human people 12 feet in the air. You kind of have to be precise about the numbers when you do that, because people, you know, die. So you'd have to know things like, how do you make sure the orb is level? How do you find the equator? What happens to the roots of the tree when it rains? How do you make sure your polar coordinate calculations are correct so the tension in the wood doesn't make the orb fucking explode when you stand on it? We were wondering how Tom learned to do all these things, and turns out he used to build ships. Just like casually, you know?
During the course of my life, like when I was young, 20s even, early 20s, I started building sailboats, you know, because I wanted to go sail around the world. My passion was travel. And that was a way I could travel with tools, because I'm a handy guy, you know, wherever I go, I can always pick up a few bucks here or there, you know, fixing things. I had all these casting projects that I wanted to do and no skill. Back then, it's not like YouTube today where everybody's trying to have their voices heard, you know. Back then, it was more like tradesmen would protect their knowledge like it was solid gold, you know. They didn't want to share it with anybody. So you'd have to go and stop and buy a dozen donuts and come in at the end of the shift and schmooze these guys and get them to show you how do you tell whether the sand's dry enough. I like it the way it is now. I like that gold mine of knowledge.
That seemed like a good time for me and Beck to go back to the sphere to start making our gifts. When we got back, we looked at the complimentary basket that they gave us, and turns out they gave us like a fucking grocery haul. Specifically, they left us with cake, sparkling wine, a candle, water bottles, crackers, lemon loaf, juice, fresh fruit, danishes, cheese bread, muffins, chocolate, caramels, a bunch of other snacks, and an entire wheel of brie.
Cheese.
This was super cool to see, but this is also when me and Beck realized that, holy shit, we're fucked. Remember, we're both running on like 4 hours of sleep at this point, and we were probably gonna be awake for like the next 10 hours or something. So immediately we got to work. I got a piece of wood from outside, started whittling a spoon, and Beck started painting a hat. And also, I think our stress was hotboxing the room or something, because holy shit, even with 2 fans running, I swear it was like 30 degrees in there. And so now we were just sweaty and sleep deprived and delirious for the rest of the night.
Something like a 1-hour check-in. How's it going?
So wet.
Oh, the fucks was one of those juice boxes. I underestimated how hard wood carving would be, but I think at the same time, I also underestimated myself because I've been able to make some pretty decent progress. So I guess you could say that this is harder than I thought it would be, but I am also harder than I thought I would be.
I am actually having a really good time because we are floating in an orb and I get to do things that I really like doing.
I get to feel the grit.
Around 2 a.m., we gave up on getting any more footage because if we wanted to get any sleep at all, we had to just lock in. So here's a clip of us finally going to bed at 5 a.m., and here's a clip of us waking up at 8 a.m.
I woke up in a daze because I can't lie, I completely forgot
where I was. Not to mention, I woke up next to another man. I was scared and confused for quite a little bit.
Last night was very successful.
I beg your pardon.
Now you might be wondering why we woke up so early. We woke up at 8 because our checkout time is at 11 and Bexa had finished painting one of the gifts. I finished everything I had to do, so I was just sort of talking at him.
How have we ended up here? Like we are in the balls of a quirked up old white man. As you once were. Do I snore?
No.
Do I sleep talk?
Yes.
What you doing there, buddy? You excited to wake up so very early tomorrow?
What am I saying? Those are not full coherent sentences. Those are murmurs and sweet nothings. Your girlfriend should be terrified.
After another hour or so of painting, Beck finished making the terrarium of one of the orbs, and now we had a full lineup of amateur arts and crafts projects. We had a whittled spoon, we had a painting done by a talented painter, and a painting done by someone who has never painted anything in his life. We also had the terrarium, a little framed doodle I made of Tom, and we also left a little note in the guest book they provided. And now all that was left to do was to show Tom what we had done.
Hello?
How did they hear that?
I then told Tom as inconspicuously as possible that we had to show him something before we left.
Alright, as far as I'm aware, you give a great amount of hospitality to guests, and so we handcrafted a bunch of things.
Oh, is that right? You painted that hat.
Yeah, these are for
Awesome.
whatever you would like, if you like to hang them up anywhere or keep them or burn them.
What's the spoon for?
He went outside and grabbed a stick and whittled you a little spoon.
And this?
It's a little terrarium of sorts.
It's a melody terrarium.
I've seen these before.
Things like this.
This I like too. The shades of green. Awesome, guys.
It was a huge relief to see him smile about all this, and it was also a relief that we were able to show Rosie what we made before we left.
Oh, look at
Little
this.
melody terrarium.
Yeah, look at this. Oh my goodness. Oh, you guys are incredible. Aw, beautiful.
It wasn't much. We didn't change the world or anything while we were here, but I think Gen Z sometimes gets a bad rep for supposedly being mean and stupid and profane. It's just a relief to be able to go outside every once in a while and just show people that we can also be nice and stupid and profane. So with that, our stay was over, and we've gotten like 6 hours of sleep over the past 2 days. We're running on fumes, so we went home and fucking crashed out. Get home safe and stay kind, everyone.
Yeah, you know, never hurts to know how to build things. You know, it's good craft, a good skill to acquire. I think if you're passionate about it, it's coming from spirit, you know, it's for you to do, you know.
Yeah, right.
And when things are for you to do and you're on track, the magic happens, you know. So yeah, I'm definitely, you know, do what I'm passionate about. Yeah. And it's great. You get a lot of really good feedback and, you know, makes life good, a joy. Go to bed with a question on your mind and wake up with an answer.